Hey, welcome back. Welcome to the Hotel Orloff. I've got an exciting unboxing to do today. So let's head downstairs and see what came in the mail today. So a couple of days ago I was on Captain Strange-Life and Horror Mike's amazing Halloween broadcast. That was on the 22nd on Sunday, and I won the Haunt of Fear that I was wanting, the EC Comics Haunt of Fear. So that was exciting. I don't have many EC comic books, but I've always loved EC. I mean, I guess what it was is back in the 80s, I figured I'd never be able to afford EC comics, the real ones. And I never saw them, very rarely did they come available in the store that I shopped at. So what I did is, see here, I got these Russ Cochran collections, Tales from the Crypt. I got Vault of Horror, Haunt of Fear. There's crime suspense stories. I got all the Mads, Panic, Weird Science, Piracy, Shock suspense stories. But what I don't have is weird fantasy. And that's no good, man. That's un-American not to own that. Now they've got these color EC archives coming out that are quite nice, that reprint the house ads in them and everything. So anyway, Gotham City Comics in Mesa, Arizona. Kevin Johnson is the owner and proprietor. I got some new stuff from him. Ordered it Saturday afternoon, and it got here. Today is Tuesday. So that's incredible. I highly recommend that you shop. You can shop by mail. I don't live anywhere near Mesa, Arizona, where Gotham City Comics is located at, but it got all the way across the country to us here in rural Retreat, Virginia, at the Hotel Orloff. Okay, so looks like everything in Israel, the Hamas stuff, is all heating up today, and bad stuff's happening. The economy is about to collapse, and World War III starting, and I talked about that on the Halloween show, in the last hour. It's probably not good to invite me on a live stream, because I can only be happy for a little while, and then I start going on and on about how the world's doing, and then it's I take all the fun out of the room. But you expect that here on the Garage Orloff Inspirational Network here in the Hotel Orloff. Well, Sunday night, this Sunday, is the official day that, and here in this community of rural Retreat, Virginia, all the kids are going to go trick-or-treating between 5 and 7 p.m., but I just saw that snow is 50% chance of snow predicted for that day. Anyway, let's see what Kevin sent me. Well, first thing I got, there's not much light in here. I could have gone and get the light upstairs. Let me just, I bet if I move this chair that the camera is mounted on, I think there's more light if I do it this way. What do you think? A little bit more. Okay, so this is something I've been wanting, this Vampira action figure. Now, honestly, this is an ugly box. There's no reason to keep it in the box, on the card. That's something I would never do. I guess they've got a replica of her candelabras and the fog machine that she used. There's only a few minutes surviving of Vampira's show, but you can see the opening of the Vampira show on YouTube. And so anyway, I'm gonna try to get this sucker out without bending that back of the card too much. So how are you guys doing? Wonderfully? Yes. I don't mind snow, man. Snow's A-okay in my book. Always like snow. I don't like to have to drive in it, but I don't have to drive because that's just the way. I no longer have to drive in. All right, this one's rather easy to get out. Some of these action figures, you have to untwist all these little twisties to get out. All right, so there she is, and let's pop her out. Does she have a wire? Actually, I lied. There are wires. Why do they? I always thought they did this.
I don't really know what to make of that.
They did this to keep people from shoplifting. Originally, I think that's why they did. Oh, I got it. Damn, I really need scissors. I don't have scissors. Who has scissors? Oh, I got some nail clippers. Maybe that'll function.
But from that call, it sounded like they already had rescue divers in the water as soon as this happened.
Anyway, let's see what's going on. I'm on the Alex Jones channel on Rumble, but if I go to Rumble, I'm on Rumble. Okay, so Blazing Press is a channel on Rumble that always has live feeds of stuff going on. And he always has live feeds of what's going on over there in the Gaza Strip and in Israel. So let's see. There it is. Let's see. Shows that he's live. Okay, let's see what's going on. Okay, let's try to get her out without too much problem.
Could have been something that he already knew about Trump, that he was planning to run for president. So all the mystique, and then you got this whole thing about Clay Clark now thinks that it's him that's being prophesied, talked about.
Okay, can I? All right.
Clay Clark now thinks that it's him that's being prophesied, talked about, and
actually, this is a little hard to get out of this plastic because I don't want to break off any of the little plastic tendrils. Oh no, she's coming out very easily actually. There we go.
That are praying that this is going to turn around America, but a lot of it's all
right, so she's done not in a realistic way, but in a little cartoonish way. So he's a little too loud.
Because it's not going to happen the way they think. But I do think there is something spiritual going on there. But I don't.
All right, so let's see where we can put her.
He is allowing it to happen, and it is a deception. It's a grand deception.
Actually, maybe she'd be better over here. Wait a second. I think I see what I can do. I'm going to put her here. Oh, wait, she didn't stand up straight too well. What is up? She's going to fall forward. Like that's how she stands? Seriously? Maybe there's a...
I talk about things that are happening in the world, and I do talk about things that are happening politically, but I am not taking any position on a political movement and or endorsing any kind of political... That's why I won't go to the...
Yeah, I think you got to bend her bottom part to make her stand right.
You know, a veneer of Christianity. It reminds me of an Amway meetings back in the day. Remember when Amway used to do their meetings and it was all had like a Christian veneer?
Yeah, well, she stands a little crooked, but I think I can fix that. All right. What else did I get in this package? Okay. Sorry, I listen to the TV while I do these broadcasts. If you don't like it, then you can just go somewhere else. Here's the Great Garloo. It's It's not giant like, God darn it, the original Garloo that you see over there. This Garloo is actually, this is my hand. You can see it fits basically in the palm of my hand. It's really like a box that a baseball would come in. But it's, you know, original logo and everything. Let's see. This is what I've been waiting for. I love the Great Garloo, and someone puts out a new Great Garloo piece of merchandise. Well, I'm interested, of course.
From a different denomination, or you have a different interpretation of certain scriptures.
He's very tiny.
You don't have the,
But
you know, if I don't agree with somebody, that doesn't mean that I'm wrong or they're wrong. It just might mean that. You know,
the heck?
I'm talking
Oh,
about,
Vampira fell out of the cabinet.
I'm not talking about the essentials. Because we're supposed
I better
to
get her
have
before Drew the dog comes along and chews her to
Christians should have the agreement
nothingness.
on the
Hold on.
essential teachings and doctrines of Christianity that are very clearly spelled out in the New Testament. But there's peripheral doctrinal positions that don't have anything to do with salvation and don't have anything to do with reasons for dividing. There's no reasons to divide over things like, oh, let's just say the gifts of the Spirit, speaking in tongues, etc., or interpretation of end time events. You don't need to divide over those things, and it's not a big deal. You don't need to fight over those things. You don't need to sit there and say they're not Christians because they believe something different about some peripheral, you know.
All right.
Peripheral
Okay. So what else? What am I doing?
It's not
Oh.
an essential doctrine, it's a peripheral
Okay. So here's the.
doctrine. So just because I don't agree with
Here's
Dana
this
on
miniature little Garloo.
doesn't mean that I don't agree with him on the
That's what he
essentials.
looks like.
I agree with Dana on the essentials.
So
And now, if you're going back
I'm gonna put him over here
to his dreams, Dana never
with the other Garloo stuff. See how he looks.
clear on his dreams. He's talked about months. He's talked about events.
All right. So this is the son of Garloo. See that guy there?
God's inspired his dreams.
Can't tell what I'm aiming at.
Messages
So we're gonna have to
symbolic. So
maybe move this guillotine.
date of fulfillment on any of his dreams, unless he of course says
Let's move him.
this year.
Where would he be?
Then you could hold him to that. And he's done that once that I can see.
I'm gonna put you there.
And it happened exactly
All right.
what he said. So those are the dreams that I would say you hold somebody to when they give a date and
What do you think of that?
he only did that one time. And it happened. And that had to do with the invasion, the ground
Garloo.
invasion of
See, the son of Garloo
and how
is
over the course
towers over this new Great Garloo. And of course, the original Great Garloo, of course, son of Garloo's from the 60s. This is the original
and
Great Garloo, of course, who is
and it unfolded
rather large.
to the time
But of course,
month and the year that
Big Lou towers over Great Garloo,
give
as
a
you can
month
see.
and a date or a year to his
All right.
quote slash prophecy.
This box is really good
They are. It's very highly symbolic.
and has display value.
Sometimes they have embedded messages in them that you
Um,
can interpret.
Where should I put it?
Interpreted dreams, you have to have the anointing of God to interpret.
Maybe I'll put it up on top of this
Some people will say,
Wurlitzer jukebox speaker. Nah, that wouldn't be a good place.
because you're interpreting it in
Um,
anyway.
man,
Let God guide you.
come on, man. I can't think of a good place to put it.
Dream interpreter, quote unquote, dream interpreter.
Put it up here next to the planet Mars, perhaps.
That makes sense.
There we go. All right.
And by the way, I'm gonna have the other coach go back.
Okay. Let's see what else we got.
Talking to him about this dream he had, I think it was a few years ago, about the month of October. Last week's in October, going into November, about this war that he talked about.
Okay, we got some big little books.
We'll see it right now. Like I said, God sometimes gives you dreams that aren't going to happen right
It's
away.
Mandrake, the magician.
And they happen year or two, or maybe 3 or 5 or
I don't have many big little books. This is actually a better little book,
that has been unfolding
not a big little book.
fulfillment for the last 2 or 3 years. It didn't
Not
happen
sure
right
the
away,
difference
but it
between a
took
big
time,
little
and
book and a
it
better
took
little
the
book.
last 2 or 3 years. You can ask my wife. A very specific unfolding of a dream
But
that I had back in 2011.
Is the magnifying glass here? No, of course it isn't.
And here we are.
Of course it isn't.
2023, and now it's starting to happen. Okay, so just because it doesn't happen right away doesn't mean it's
Light.
a prophecy.
Come on, light.
You've got some.
I think it's. I think it's just 45, 46 there. I'll be able to tell later when I watch this on a big screen TV. This is actually smaller than a Big Little Book. It's a little bit smaller. Is this one a Big Little Book? This one's also a better little book, Andy Panda. So these are, I'll get some Big Little Books out in a minute, and we'll compare sizes. Okay, so we've got Mandrake, we've got Andy Panda. There's Donald Duck. Again, it's a better little book. That's the spine. Whitman Publishing Company, Racine, Wisconsin.
Very connected to God TV and TBN.
This is different. It's not like a Big Little Book. It's actually a comic book where each page is one panel. So
Kim Clement as the mouthpiece, he was like the in-house prophet.
There's some tears in some of these pages.
Was the mouthpiece and the in-house prophet.
Yeah, these books were not printed on high-quality paper, and this is like pretty much World War II era, so the paper is brittle. Here's Blondie, Papa Knows Best.
They were making decisions according to what he was saying. Same thing with God TV and well, I forgot their names.
This one is in the Big Little Book format with a page of text and a piece of art.
Cheating on his wife. I mean, that was just a
But again, these are all better little books, not Big Little Books. So apparently they were a competitor. Oh, there's a nice cover, Andy Panda's Vacation. These are all from the same collection. And this is, again, a comic book format. It's all comic book panels. Okay, so I got some more of those. They're back. I already took them. I already opened this box, and I have some of the stuff on top of a pinball machine.
Kim Clement was the mouthpiece.
I asked him to send me some more of these amazing stickers. Gotham City Comics. They look really great on the front of comic boxes, and so I have a place to put these. But again, this is the store from which I got all of this cool stuff. He sent me this free of charge, this amazing sticker. How about that?
I don't know. It's just very odd the way things went.
Okay, now here's another object, which is in a really hideous box, but I like what's inside, so let's get it out of there. Let's get it out of this hideous box. This company, Toonie Terrors, which is what company? NECA. Yeah, this company does these horror hosts, and they have Elvira, Vampira that we just saw, and well, they have one of Svengoolie. I really like Svengoolie, but he's not one of the well, he's probably one of like the best known hosts nowadays, but he's not. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't get Svengoolie. I mean, he's a cool guy. He's just not like one of the classics. Svengoolie. There was a guy named Ghoulardi, Ernie Anderson, and he was like a beatnik ghoul. And then Ghoulardi was followed by the son of the ghoul. Was it the ghoul? Followed him? Because Ernie Anderson went on to become an announcer at ABC when you were growing up, and he was the voice of ABC. Coming up next is The Love Boat here on ABC. That was the guy that had Ernie Anderson that had been Ghoulardi. So anyway, Then there was the Ghoul, and then there was son of the Ghoul, and that's the guy that later changed his name to Svengoolie. So it's like a dynasty, you know. He's like third down from the original Ghoulardi from the early 60s, late 50s, as far as horror goes. I think I'm right on that. Okay, so this is Elvira on her couch, which is patterned after Vampira's couch. That local station in Los Angeles contacted Mela Nurmi, who played, of course, Vampira in the early 80s, and said, "We want to revive your show and have you on it. Then we're gonna have a girl play the new Vampira, your daughter, and we just need to have." You know, you have copies of your old scripts. We're going to redo it, and you're going to be on the show as her mom. And everything was cool. But then they, last minute, they just wrote Vampira out of it and created this show, Elvira. And it was the same local station in Los Angeles that had done Vampira in the early 50s, and Vampira was very upset by the fact that they wrote her out so they wouldn't have to pay her. And so anyway, that's what created all the bad blood, where Vampira Mela Nurmi tried to sue, and she said that, you know, Cassandra Peterson's just a stripper and has no class and all that. Well, anyway, I wanted this because years ago I built a garage model kit of Vampira on her couch based on an old photograph of her, and I've got that in this display case. I want to put this next to it. The only problem in the move, April before last, when we moved here to Virginia, when that model kit was wrapped, not by me, and I'm a little annoyed, but I'm not mad at the person that wrapped. That person did a lot to help. But I guess the person didn't see that Vampira had a cigarette holder in her fingers, and that broke off, and who knows, I guess if I got a little piece of, I could maybe recreate it. Anyway, but I built that model kit. I was really pleased at how my paint job came out back. I guess that was in the 1990s that I did that, back when garage model kits were a thing. But anyway, let's see what we can do here about this. Yeah, so this is the model kit. Let's move this down here. Okay, let's move Lily Munster over here, I guess. Let's move that back, Put Lily Munster here. I don't know, I can't even tell what I'm pointing at. Hopefully you see what I'm doing. Then we move Morticia Addams over here. Let's put her here. Okay. This is the Morticia Addams based on that cartoon from the 1990s. So we'll put her here. Yeah, this I got to figure out a way to get her to stand up straight. All right. Fantastic. Okay. Wonder Woman based on Linda Carter's likeness.
Stop talking smack about brothers. I'm kind of wondering.
Let me see what I can do here. Gotta reposition things. Let's put her. No. I'm gonna move Morticia Addams to there. I'm gonna move Wonder Woman up here. Move her over a little bit. Put this vampire or this vampire woman there. And then I think I can put this here. This is how I visualized it. Okay, so you've got Elvira here. Are you even seeing? I'm checking to make sure. Okay, you got Elvira, then you've got Vampira, and then you've got Lena the hyena. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, things are starting to become better here in the lobby of the Hotel Orloff. All thanks to Gotham City Comics in Mesa, Arizona. All right. Now here's something cool. Here's a glow-in-the-dark box of Booberry. But it's actually a high-quality action figure hidden behind the door. This is something that just came out. And it glows in the dark. So I think I'm going to put this up top where it's going to get light shining on it. Oh, Kevin said the thing to do is to open it from the bottom. So I'm going to listen to him and do that. Anyway, so it's Tuesday night. I don't normally, I haven't normally in the last few weeks been doing shows during the week, and it is uncommon, but since I got this package in the mail, I thought I'd open it up and let's just see what I got.
Prophetic ambassador. Let me see.
Okay, so this is a currently available action figure that you can purchase. You can get it from Gotham City Comics. I can feel that this is glow in the dark. The letters Booberry because it has a rough feel to it. Oh, it's actually pretty small, which is cool. I guess I thought you can't really get a sense of scale. Here's my hand. Okay, so that gives you a sense of scale. That's cool because I've got so much stuff. If things are smaller, then that gives me more room to display them. All right. So there's a glow-in-the-dark box of Booberry. Booberry was a delicious cereal. The way it's made now, it doesn't taste the same as it did in the 70s. I guarantee you it doesn't. They're using something horrible in it now. But it's one of those things you just got to trust me. The Dr. Pepper tasted better back then, and Booberry, Frankenberry, Count Chocula all tasted better back then. All right, that's done. Okay, so basically what you got to do with him, he's got a hole in his back, and you put this into the hole, and
I never would claim to be a theologian, believe me. I studied theology.
Then he should stand up and be ready to glow. Let's test out his glowing powers. I don't know if he's supposed to hold this in his hand or if he's capable of holding it. I'll just have it down below him. Okay, let's hold him up to the light and then turn off the power and see how much he glows.